Athletes have been banned for life over these. Some of them barely do anything. Others completely rewrite what the human body is capable of. Today, we're breaking down every major muscle-building steroid, from the mildest to the most absolutely unhinged, and explaining exactly what each one does, how it works, and what it costs you. No fluff, let's get into it. Halotestin. This one doesn't build mass. It builds violence in the best way possible. Halotestin is the steroid powerlifters and combat athletes reach for when they need to be stronger right now. Not bigger, stronger. It cranks up neural drive, which basically means your brain fires harder into your muscles, recruiting more fibers with every single rep. Think of it like turning the volume on your nervous system all the way up and then snapping the knob off. The result? Explosive short-term strength that would terrify a small horse. The catch? It's one of the most liver-toxic compounds on this entire list. Equipoise. If halotestin is a sprint, equipoise is a marathon. Originally developed for horses, yes, actual horses, EQ is all about slow, steady, quality gains. It increases protein synthesis and nitrogen retention, like most anabolics, but it also boosts red blood cell production, which means better endurance and faster recovery. The gains come in lean and dry, no bloat, no water puffing you up like a parade balloon, just clean muscle over time. It's got a half-life of around 14 days, so your blood levels stay incredibly stable, which means fewer hormonal swings and a smoother ride overall. Benefits: lean, sustainable gains, improved endurance, joint-friendly bulking. Risks: testosterone suppression still happens, and it's a long cycle commitment, usually 16 weeks or more. Patience required. Masteron. This is the sculptor's steroid. Masteron doesn't make you huge, it makes what you already have look incredible. It's a DHT derivative, which means it doesn't convert to estrogen at all. No water retention, no puffiness, none of that. Instead, you get dense, striated, hard muscle tissue with vascularity that looks like a road map. It was originally developed to treat breast cancer, which tells you everything about how it interacts with estrogen. In bodybuilding, it's almost exclusively used in cutting phases or pre-competition prep when athletes want to look absolutely peeled under stage lights. Benefits: muscle hardness, definition, vascularity, anti-estrogenic effects. Risks: hair loss if you're already predisposed and cholesterol levels take a hit. Gains are subtle. This one stacks well. It doesn't carry the show alone. Anavar. The entry point. The one everyone recommends when someone says they want to dip a toe into this world. Anavar was originally designed for medical recovery, helping patients rebuild muscle after surgery or illness. And that tells you a lot about how mild it is. It binds to androgen receptors, boosts nitrogen retention, increases protein synthesis, but with a very low androgenic index translation, you're not getting the brutal side effect profile of the heavier compound. No major hair loss. It doesn't aromatize into estrogen, so gynecomastia risk is low. You're building lean, dense, dry muscle tissue, not a massive bulk. Think hardening and definition rather than packing on slabs of mass benefits. Lean gains, improved muscle density, low side effect. Profile risks: even the gentle ones suppress natural testosterone and stress the liver with long-term use. There's no such thing as a completely free ride. Winstrol. Built for performance, Winstrol is what athletes reach for when they need to be faster, stronger, and more explosive without ballooning up in size. It's low on estrogenic activity, so the gains come in lean and dry, no bloating. Studies from the 1970s showed significant lean mass preservation and strength improvements without fat gain. It also cuts cortisol activity, which protects your muscle when you're in a calorie deficit, making it a staple in cutting cycles. It even strengthens joints while increasing speed. That combination is rare. But here's the thing, it is hepatotoxic, especially in oral form, and it will mess with your cholesterol benefit, speed, strength, muscle definition, cortisol control. Risks: liver strain, cholesterol shifts, testosterone suppression. The magic is in what it shapes, not how much it builds. Decadurabolin. Now things get serious. Deca is built differently from the others. It's a testosterone derivative, but with a modified structure that ramps up the anabolic to androgenic ratio dramatically. And on top of all the usual muscle building effects, it actually enhances collagen synthesis, which means stronger tendons and healthier joints. That's why heavy lifters have loved it for decades. Your joints aren't just surviving the workload, they're getting better. It boosts protein synthesis, nitrogen retention, and red blood cell production, creating one of the most anabolic internal environments you can build. Medical research has proven its effectiveness in treating muscle wasting, anemia, and osteoporosis. This isn't gym mythology. Benefits: strong, durable gains, joint and tendon support, serious anabolic environment. Risks: it suppresses natural testosterone hard. You will need proper post-cycle therapy, and at high doses, it can cause sexual dysfunction function worth knowing before you start. Testosterone, the original everything else on this list, was built from this one molecule. Testosterone is your body's master anabolic hormone. It's what drives muscle growth, bone density, mood, energy, and recovery naturally. Synthetic testosterone just amplifies all of that. It binds to androgen receptors, triggers muscle fiber growth, speeds up protein synthesis, and accelerates recovery in ways that are genuinely well documented. Studies show testosterone therapy alone can increase muscle mass by 10 to 15% within months. Even without training, combine it with consistent resistance training, and the synergy multiplies that dramatically. The thing to watch? It converts to estrogen through a process called aromatization, which can cause water retention and gynecomastia if you're not managing it. Benefits? Everything: muscle, strength, recovery, energy. Risks: estrogenic side effects without proper management. It's the gold standard, the molecule everything else gets compared to. Anadrol, the mass monster. Originally created to treat anemia, Anadrol does one thing extremely well. It floods your body with size. Fast. It's one of the most powerful short-term bulking agents ever made. Red blood cell production skyrockets, oxygen delivery goes through the roof, and the muscle fullness is like nothing else on this list. Clinical research confirmed it can reverse severe muscle wasting in chronic illness patients, often adding several kilograms of body mass in just weeks. For athletes, that translates to dramatic short-term strength and size, but the downsides are real. It's extremely hepatotoxic, causes severe water retention, and sends blood pressure climbing. Benefits: explosive size and strength gains, rapid muscle fullness. Risks: liver toxicity, bloating, high blood pressure. Cycles are kept short for a reason. This is a power tool, not an everyday driver. Dianabol, the steroid that started it all. Developed in the 1950s, specifically to give American athletes an edge at the Olympics, Dianabol was the first real mass builder. It accelerates nitrogen balance, glycogen storage, and protein turnover simultaneously, creating the perfect storm for muscle growth. Studies from the 1960s showed it could pack on lean mass and dramatically increase strength in as little as 6 weeks. The problem? Those gains don't stick around once you stop. It aromatizes quickly, meaning water retention and estrogenic effects are significant. That puffy, round, old-school bodybuilding look, a lot of that is Dianabol. It's also liver toxic in oral form. Benefits: fast mass and strength gains, powerful anabolic environment. Risks: water retention, liver strain, estrogenic effects, and gains that fade fast once the cycle ends. A sprint, not a marathon. Trenbolone, the final boss. There is no steroid more powerful than Trenbolone. Originally designed to increase muscle yield in livestock, Tren carries 5 times the anabolic and androgenic strength of testosterone. 5 times! It enhances protein synthesis, locks in nitrogen retention, and partitions nutrients directly into muscle tissue instead of fat. But what makes it truly in a category of its own is its anti-catabolic ability. Trenbolone actively reduces cortisol and prevents muscle breakdown even when you're in a serious calorie deficit. You can be cutting hard and still holding on to gains. Animal studies showed muscle-to-fat ratio improvements that are genuinely unparalleled in research, but the cost is heavy. Insomnia, night sweats that drench your sheets, cardiovascular strain, psychological effects from neurotransmitter disruption. This is not a beginner compound. This is not an intermediate compound. Benefits: unmatched muscle density, nutrient partitioning, anti-catabolic power. Risks: a list long enough to make you rethink your entire plan. Post-cycle therapy is not optional, it's survival. That's every major muscle-building steroid, from the mildest to the most extreme. Each one works differently, hits different targets, and comes with its own cost. There's no free ride on this list. Every single one suppresses your natural testosterone to some degree. Every single one demands respect. If you want to go deeper into the daily habits that actually move the needle on your testosterone, what works, what's a complete myth, and which natural methods are backed by real physiology, that video is up next. Like and subscribe so you don't miss part 2.